So for the first question, uh, the answer is what are the common ones personality traits that can affect job performance? The answer is first is motivation. A person's level of motivation to achieve goals and do a good job can influence his or her performance. If someone is less motivated, they might not produce optimal results. And then discipline, the level of disciplines can influence the extent to which a person can manage time, complete tasks, and comply with company policies and procedures. Lack of disciplines can result in delays in complete work or implementation that does not comply with established standards. And then adaptability, a person's ability to adapt to changing the work environments, changing task demands, and unexpected situation can also affect their performance. If someone has difficulty adapting, they might have difficulty dealing with change, and their performance might be affected. And then emotional intelligence, a person's personality can also influence their ability to manage emotions, communicate effectively, and relate to coworkers. Low emotional intelligence can affect social interaction and collaboration in teams. Level of openness to development. If someone does not have an interest or positive attitude towards self-improvement, they may lack motivation to improve their skills and knowledge. This can affect their performance in the long term. And then we jump to the second study case. What are personality traits influencing individual motivation and engagement in the workplace? Based on the study case, we can conclude the answer is the first is you need to proactive personality. Individual with proactive personalities tend to have high motivation to achieve their goals and contribute actively in the workplace. They have the initiative to seek goals and contribute effectively in the workspace. They have an initiative to seek opportunities, overcome obstacles, and achieve better results. And the second is achievement oriented personality. They have strong intrinsic motivation to achieve targets and achieve success, and often set ambitious goals and work hard to achieve them. And then cooperative personality. They tend to have high motivation to work as a team and collaborate with colleagues, but they feel motivated when they can collaborate in productive teamwork and succeed in achieving common goals. And the last is the emotionally stable personality. Individuals with emotionally stable personalities tend to have more consistent motivation and stable energy levels at work. They are better able to manage stress, maintain emotional balance, and stay focused on the task at hand. And the fifth, the last is there is also a personality that is open to development. They tend to have high motivation to improve their skills and knowledge. They see opportunities to learn and develop, and this positively influence their engagement at work. And for the third study cases, in what cases can it be positive? Personality traits such as conscientiousness contribute job advancement show. So basically, it's the first is better quality of work. They pay good attention to details and strive to the job with precision, better decision make. And then we have better decision makers. They tend to pay more attention to risk and consider possible consequences before making a decision. And then the last is minimize error and risk. They plan well, engage in careful supervision, and follow procedures meticulously. And then we jump to the fourth cases. How could his personality be negative trait, such as neuroticism and low agreeableness inhibit individual traits, performance, and interaction with colleagues? Well, what is neuroticism? It's individuals with high levels of neuroticism tend to be susceptible to stress, anxiety, and emotional instability. This can disrupt their focus, increase levels of worry, and affect their ability to manage stress at work. The impact can be high absenteeism, low productivity, and reduced work-life quality. Low sociability, a lack of sociability, and friendliness can friendliness can affect interaction and relationship with coworkers. Lack of empathy can affect the way individuals interact with coworkers. Lack of motivation, certain negative traits can also affect the individual's motivation. For example, individuals with low self-esteem tendencies or a lack in internal motivation may be less motivated to achieve goals, overcome challenge, to achieve high performance. This can have a negative impact on individual productivity and success. Can personality traits be measured and assessed effectively during the hiring process to predict the future job performance? If yes, what assessment method or tool can be used? Of course, a person's personality can be measured and assessed effectively during the recruitment process. There are several assessment methods and tools that can be used, including the first is structured interview. Through interviews can assess the personality of prospective employees by asking about past experiences, attitudes towards challenges, and the values that they adhere to. Interviewers can use pre-drafted question guides to ensure consistent scoring. Personality tests such as the Myers-Briggs type indicator or MBTI or Big Five personality tests are popular tools also for assessing personality. And then assessment center, this method involves a series of tasks and simulation that test various aspects of a prospective employee's personality. And then the last is references and recommendation. Getting preferences from people who know the prospective employee well, such as former bosses or colleagues. Well, okay, we jump to the next again. Is it possible to improve the work performance by developing certain personality traits or modifying behavior pattern? If yes, yes, it is possible to improve your performance by developing certain personality traits or modifying behavior patterns. The following are several strategies or interventions that can be implemented. The first is training and development, and then providing feedback, goal setting, coaching and mentoring, supportive work environment. Every individual is unique, so it is important to recognize that behavior change and personality development takes time and consistent commitment. How companies can create work? This is basically the next this is basically the next study case. The seventh is how companies can create work environment that supports and nurture employees with different personalities traits for optimal performance and collaboration. Well, this is first, companies can respect diversity by promoting inclusion and respecting employees' differences. Might include encouraging open communication, respect different points or view, and respecting individual needs. The second, to encourage collaboration. Companies can create opportunities to work together through team projects, regular meetings, or online collaborative platforms. The third is helps personal development. Companies can help employees with different personalities to reach their full potential by providing relevant training, mentorship, and opportunities to attend conferences and seminars. Fourth, facilitate effective communication. Companies can support good communication by encouraging the use of appropriate communication tools such as regular meetings, open communication channel, or communication training for employees. Fifth, provide flexibility work. Companies can provide remote work options, time flexibility, or work arrangement that can be tailored or to individual needs. And then we jump to the eighth study case. Is there a specific job roles or industry where certain personality traits are more beneficial or determined to performance? Of course, for example, in the marketing industry, an extrovert and communicative personality tends to be more beneficial because it can build a relationship with customer better. On the other hand, in jobs that require high concentration that lead to detailed research, an introverted and short personality may be more desirable. How can managers and leaders adjust their management style to capitalize or strengthen work performance, challenges of personality traits and performance? First, good managerial and leaders investigate and learn about different personality types. Second, managers can provide clear and detailed direction to more analytical employees. And last, third, manager can provide right motivation. And then we jump again to the 10th question of this study's case. Great ethical consideration must be taken into account when considering the impact of personality on performance and decision making, particularly in areas such as promotions or performance evaluations. Of course, ethical considerations are very important in considering the impact of personality on performance and decision making. There are several ethical aspects that need to be considered. First, it is important to ensure that performance appraisals are based on objective and relevant factors. Furthermore, transparency and finally, it's important to avoid conflicts. The case study again about the personality, motivation, leadership style, and their impact on performance. Well, this is the case study, and the first is about expose influence of personality. Basically, how personality affects a person motivation and performance at work. Personality does have a significant influence on a person's motivation and performance at work. For example, individuals with extroverted personalities tend to have high energy, like interacting with people, adaptability to change. This can influence their motivation to work in teams, share ideas, and seek new challenges. While on the other hand, individuals with introverted personalities tend to be calmer, focus more on individual work, and tend to avoid too many social situations. And then we move on to the second study cases. What factors can influence employee motivation and how does it relate to personality traits? Of course, there are several factors. The first is recognition appreciation. The second factor is a positive and supportive work environment, and the third factor is opportunities for growth and development. And then we jump to the third again for study case, how leaders leadership style can influence employee motivation and performance. So basically it is because how leadership style can influence employees. The first is authoritarian leadership. This is can negatively affect employee motivation and performance. And then there is also democratic leadership. This kind of leadership style will positively affect employee motivation and performance, because employees also feel valued and heard, which can lead to be better performance. Transformational leadership style can be a so strong impact on employee motivation and performance. Entrepreneurial leadership, this style is there to take risks, encourage employees to think creatively. This can increase employee motivation as they feel involved in the new discoveries and development of innovative ideas. This can have a positive impact on their performance. In what cases can a positive correlative occur? Motivation and performance fostered in the workplace. A positive correlation can exist between motivation and performance in the workplace. When employees feel motivated, they tend to have internal drive to do a good job and achieve better results. This can affect their performance positively. How different personality traits respond different leadership styles, and how can this impact employee performance? Of course, I can help explain different personality traits and how different leadership styles can affect employee performance. Each individual has unique personality traits. Some common personality traits are extrovert, introvert, analytical, creative, logical, thinker, and so on. Different leadership style will influence the way a leader interacts and manages his team based on their personality. And then the sixth is there a special motivation theory or model that can be applied to improve employee performance based on their personality traits? One theory that is quite popular is Maxwell's theory needs. We jump to the seventh study case. It is what strategies can leader implement effectively, motivate employees with different personality traits and prove them show. There are some strategies that a leader can implement to effectively motivate employees with different personality traits and improve their performance. The first is effective communication, individual understanding, recognition, appreciation, and personal development. And then the eighth study case whether personality test or assessment can be used, identify individual motivation drivers on informal leadership approaches. If yes, what assessment are commonly used? They are the first is MBTI, the second is Big Five personality traits. And then we jump to the ninth study case how organizational can adopt personalized system motivational leadership approaches to meet diverse personalities in team. First, investigate and understand the personalities, and then communicate openly with the team to explore what motivates them individually and how they respond into different leadership approaches, and then provide flexibility in work methods and environment and focus on individual development. It's really the last, really ethical consideration that leaders should keep in mind when considering impact, personality, motivation, and leadership style on employee performance and decision-making process. Of course, as a leader, there are several important things to consider when it's considering impact of personality, motivation, and leadership style on employee and performance and decision-making process. Here's are the consider some consideration. The first is personality, and then motivation, and then leadership style, and the fourth is decision making. So that's all my answer for midterm test, and thank you so much for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.